All right. Once again, right? We're using Fade to get into the fight. We don't want to do that. We want to get out of the fight with Fade, right? There's a good chance we die. And if we don't, guess why? Guess why? Ready? This is going to be a great teaching moment. Check this out. We use Fade to get in. And we stay alive because we hug the wall right here. And because we hug the wall, we have cover. And because we had cover, we stayed alive. And then guess what? When we start getting shot again, we hug this wall here. And we use cover. And because we use cover, we had enough time to fade out. Ta-da! Cover will save your life. It'll increase your uptime. The thing is, if you stay alive, the more value you can put towards the team fight. What's going on, guys? Coach Aaron here, and today we are going to be reviewing a high bronze, low silver. I think he's like bronze 1 currently. A Moira player. I really look forward to this. I don't think I've reviewed a bronze. I could be wrong, but I don't think I have. So I'm actually really looking forward to this. He's a good buddy of mine. Let's just jump right into it. For those of you who haven't seen my reviews, the way that they're going to be working is I'm going to be kind of just talking about some problems I see and then kind of trying to diagnose the problem. We're going to be looking for these big mistakes that could be easily fixed. We're going to diagnose them, and then at the end, we're going to kind of wrap it up into a nice package. So at first, it might seem like I'm throwing a lot at you, but just bear with me. It'll come together all at once. I just have to diagnose the problem. All right, so the first thing that we want to be looking at is what is our other support playing? We're playing with a Lucio right now. And so what we want to be doing is, because our Lucio isn't going to output a ton of heals, it's going to be our job to output that heals, right? Or make up it some other way. But because this is bronze, we're going to be focusing on the really core fundamental aspects of the game. So let's just see what happens. I believe this is a lost game, is what he said. Yeah. And also, I'm pretty sure he started playing just recently, like maybe last season, I think. I'm not entirely sure. So he's a fairly new player to the game. So we're going to be taking this really basic. We're going to look at the fundamentals. Yeah, we're going to see what we can do.
Your assistance is appreciated.
Yep. Chill on our team, that's good. Yeah. Nothing that I'm seeing too much right now. We are a little low on... Yeah. Okay, so when we're healing people, one thing that we want to remember is that Moira is actually, her heal is heal over time. So if you splash them with a little bit of healing, it will heal over time. And so just to maximize, we kind of want to be tapping our heal, right? That'll maximize, if we look at this, that'll maximize our heal, right? So D.Va, we're healing D.Va, right? So we get shot by Widow, we go back to cover, which is good. Now we're healing D.Va, and we're gonna hold it down, but we can let go now, okay? Because the healing will continue to heal for a little bit. It is healing over time. And then another tip with Moira is when you want to gain back your healing, this meter right here, a good thing to do is if you actually tap your right-click button several times over and over, it'll actually gain back more heals than it does if you were to hold it down. The only downside is that tapping it has less damage. So it's kind of a, what do I need to do right now? It's kind of one of those situations. If you need healing juice, is what I'll just call it. If you need that quick, you want to tap, but if you need the damage, you want to hold. I think we wasted Fade here. Yeah, like we faded nothing, but that's okay. Yeah. That's an okay fade. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, hopefully our team will push off this. There you go. Nice job on the turret. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna keep watching. I'm gonna keep watching before I make any comments. Gonna okay, going a little aggressive. That's fine. Yeah. So this, I'm sure you're aware, but what we were doing here is fine. We were kind of just like we're healing our diva. That's fine. Ideally, what we want to do is we want to come high ground. And if you don't know, there's some stairs right here that you can go, or you can fade jump. I'm not sure if you can make it, but because this is a good position for our DPS to be in, and we want to support them here. So we support them here, and then at the same time, we can still heal the diva, right? But honestly, what you were doing is fine. It's not like you were really feeding. The problem now becomes, that's the wrong Moira. The problem now becomes this fade. Okay. I don't mind that we're getting aggressive, but if we're getting aggressive, we need to make sure that we're still staying alive. Because if we die, the team fight is basically lost. Okay, because you are the main heals right now. If you die, the team it's most probably going to be a loss. It's bronze. Lots can happen, but we want to play in a way that's efficient throughout all ranks. So let's look at this fade jump, and then I'll give you a kind of wider view of why this isn't good. And then another small thing, if you're going to be standing here, you want to be standing just a little bit closer to this corner, okay? Because corner is going to be one of the biggest things that you are going to learn as you rank up, especially in support, right? They're really going to help you. Now, they're not going to save you from getting one shot, but they will save you from getting two shot. And that is big, right? That's a big thing. One of the biggest things, the best things you can possibly do in support at lower elos, such as like bronze, silver, gold, even platinum, I would say, is just to stay alive. Stay alive as long as possible. Keep your team up. Do a little bit of damage. So we fade in. Now, let's look at this. What looks wrong about this picture, right? The simple thing is that we are too deep, okay? This is not where we should be. If we're going to go for an aggressive play like this, which I'm okay with, not this one specifically, but there is opportunities for these plays. This is not the opportunity. Now, I know it's kind of frustrating because your diva's not really going in, but if we're going to go for a play like this, I'd prefer us to fade and at least fade to cover. At the very, very least, we could fade to cover maybe behind this trash can. We could fade to this wall, just anywhere but here. Even if we faded to high ground, if we faded to high ground, this actually might not be a bad play because we can still suck the enemies, right? And we can still see our enemies. The only problem with this is just we're way too deep. We're way too deep. If you're going to go in and fade like this, fade with your alt. But that's again, I think something that you shouldn't really quite worry about just yet. I think that's a little bit too advanced. But yeah, we died just because, I mean, look at our positioning, right? We're not with the team whatsoever. And it doesn't mean you have to play with the team 24/7. But if you're the main source of healing for your team, yeah, you're going to want to stay with them. So we die, right? We're the only one that's died, and then if you just watch everyone's health bars, they're gonna go down. There goes Widow, right? You see what I'm saying? So you die, the team dies. Now we beat. Looks like, yeah, we beat, but we don't get anything for it, right? So all we did was just effectively feed. All right. Yep, a little bit too close to the Reaper, right? We want to play here if we can. Play this cover. Play here. Kind of heal the team. Do some damage. That way, if we start taking damage, instead of using our fade, because our fade's really good, we can just back away, right? Just back away. Just go behind the cover. Fade is really, really important, but we want to make sure that we're not just using it, because when you need it the most, right? If it's on cooldown, that's a problem. So you want to use it only if you have to. And the way to not use it as much is just to play cover. Okay, so we're going in, we're going in, we're going in. Okay, I don't mind this fade because we're at least a little bit in cover, but now we need to be thinking about who should we be fading. Yeah, so this fade was, it started out good, right? Because at least we had cover, we can kind of back up here. It still isn't the best fade. Typically, you want to use fade to get out of a fight, not to fade in. So what we want to see, let's say with this new knowledge that we have, let's say what we could have done a little bit better in this situation. Right? Okay, so instead of fading, right? Instead of fading, what could we do? So we're still here, right? Let's say we're still standing here. First, we want to be by cover, usually, right? So we could either come over here and play this. We could stay here. The suck range is pretty long, and so is the heal range. It's deceptively long. You could also fade to high ground, like I said. This wouldn't be overstepping your boundaries. But let's say we're here. Okay, what can we do? Right? First of all, Reaper. Reaper's a pretty good target to suck. Okay. Are you going to get more value sucking a Diva, or are you going to get more value sucking a Reaper? Probably a Reaper, right? Or even this Ana. Maybe you can help your Tracer on the flank, right? But instead, what we did was we faded in, and because of it, we died, right? Because if we use fade, that's our one escape tool. So as soon as they start targeting us, I like that we faded to cover. I think that's good. But first of all, we want to be sucking Moira, or I mean Ana, and I think we do switch to it, right? Yep, we do. But now it's too late. Now it's too late, right? We're dead. We're dead. Even if we backed up this way, we're still probably dead because we don't have fade. So we never want to fade in. That's definitely a big no. And because you died, it's likely that the team fight's lost. Yep, still haven't got percentage, right? Okay. I don't mind you sucking Diva there. There's no one else to suck, so that's fine. Yeah. So this is just kind of a hopeful thinking, right? So we see that Reaper kills many of our teammates. What we probably should just do here is just back out. Just fade out, and regroup with your team. That's probably the best option. I mean, you fade in. I mean, maybe you get a little bit of a tick, but not much. Okay, so just kind of hopeful thinking. What we want to do is just stay alive so that we can regroup and get a touch again. Because it's likely that your team's going to go in without you because this is bronze. So what you can do to control it, this is a little good thing, is in bronze, it's most likely that your team is going to stagger in. And we can't control that, right? We can't tell the team. I mean, we can tell them, but it doesn't mean they're going to listen. They're not always going to listen. They're going to do what they want. So the one thing that we can control is if we stay alive, we can just go in when they go in. However, so when we're here and we see that Reaper kills everyone, right? We see that in the kill feed. We back out. We come out here. We just fade out. We stay alive, and then when our team starts pushing up, then we can push in with them. A lot of fading into the fight, which is not good. Right, and then once again we faded into the fight, and now that Reaper very much could have killed us. Luckily he didn't. But because we didn't have our escape tool, right? Now that was a situation that you didn't get punished for it, but you definitely could have. And we're fading again. I don't mind. Oh, that was good tech. I kind of wish that you would have faded here because you could still suck and you could still heal from up here. And this is a good position, right? High ground is always a good position. But again, don't overcomplicate things. You know, I'm going to throw a lot of things at you, but we'll narrow it down, definitely. Yeah, that was good. Good damage. This is okay. I don't hate this. It is a little risky, but because your team is already engaged, it's a little bit more understandable. So let's look at it from an overhead view. So we get a pick on the Diva, which is really good. Now we go in, right? Now, this is going to work, and I think it's going to work because if we look, right, our team is here. Look at where they're with. Widow is in a position to follow up. Ram is in a position to follow up. Lucio is in a position to follow up, okay? I don't know where our Tracer's dead. Oh, there she is. So this might actually work, but honestly, probably not the best call because it's really risky. Now, we want to go after that Ana. I wish... Close. Yeah, we want to go after that Ana. If we're going to fade in like that, we want to get a kill.
The enemy has placed a turret here.
Let me watch this back. Yeah, this might work. I have a feeling it will, just because the timing was okay, right? And that's what's gonna matter. Yeah, so Lucio's anti, don't worry about him, he's dead. Yep.
The enemy has placed a turret.
Yeah, that's good. Walk with your orb. It's really good.
My power emanates.
Yeah, so okay, so let's talk about why that worked, right? And I kind of said it earlier. We tried the fade in the backline a couple times and it didn't really work, right? But it worked this time because your team was with you, right? And that's the important part. If we're going in alone, we're gonna die. It's just a 1v5. You're going to die like 99% of the time. But even then, I still don't really love the fade in the backline. I'd prefer we fade up here, right? This is a little bit safer. At least you have cover. And if you are going to fade somewhere aggressively, I mean, there's times and place for it, but you got to make sure that you're going to stay alive. Because if you died there, there's a good chance you guys just lose, right?
You cannot escape. You're broken.
Oh, they're going to try and retouch, okay.
A taste of poison.
Okay. All right. We're going to be on cart. I'm going to skip forward. I don't think I need to
Big stanger left.
coach you on how to be on cart. Now, if you had another, we'll just call them main heals, right? Someone who can output a lot of heals. So Baptiste, Anna, maybe even Kiriko. Sometimes depends on the Kiriko. If you had someone like that on your team instead of a Lucio, you have a lot more opportunities to go play aggressive, right? Because let's say you had an Anna, okay? Anna's playing cart with you. Okay, you don't need two people healing a ram. This is when you can go high ground and try to duel supports, or just duel anybody, really. Duel any sort of squishy, right? So your playstyle can change. It's not that you can't go duel, it's just that in this situation, because you're the main heals, you do need to stay alive, and you need to think about that. But I think the basic premises is just going to be make sure we're not playing too aggressively, make sure we're staying alive, make sure we're using cover. I think that's going to be the biggest thing, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, this is good. Kill the Anna, right? She's really aggressive. You can win that. Okay.
Surrender to my will.
Yeah, kill Anna, right? And then we can go Diva. Yeah. Like, this is fun. This is all good. Good. It's good that you noticed that they were back. That's good awareness.
For the parched.
One of the things he did say to me was that he does a lot of stupid things because he can get away with it. That's something he said to me when he was talking to me about getting a review done. That is not a good thing. We don't want to be doing things that we can, quote, get away with, because you won't get away with it in the later ranks, right? So we got to make sure that we're playing in a way that is efficient across all ranks. Yeah, this is good. This is good damage. That's really good. Nice. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, probably didn't need fade there.
Transporting the payload.
It's good that we're checking for Sombra. That's really good.
Lending a hand.
Okay.
Big stanger left.
Okay. That's so funny. I just love it. I just love it. Okay. I'm laughing at the Tiva mech. That's just great. Yeah, there's not much to talk about, right? Not right now. Right here, you want to play cover a little bit better. Yeah. Yeah. Heal your team, do a little bit of damage. This is good. Okay, what's the problem with this picture? Now, this might not matter as much in bronze, but there's a problem. Right? A lot of times we're just standing out in the open. We have no cover next to us. Now look at this Widow. This Widow can see you perfectly. Okay? This is not a good thing. We need to be playing cover because at higher ranks you're going to die. Right? You're definitely going to die. If I was standing there in GM, I would definitely die. So what we want to do is even just play here, right? Just play here. You can still hear your team. You can still suck off the enemy team, right? That simple. This is good. It's good that we're getting damage in. It's good that we're getting heals in. It's really good. Yeah, good ping. Kill the turret. I like it. Now we want to be getting to cover. Okay, the high ground is not. Well, okay, we'll give it up. Yeah, so yeah, as soon as a monkey dives in, we want to be finding some sort of cover. Play here. Just suck off, heal. You can do all of it from here. If you need to go somewhere else, that's fine. But just play a little bit more cover. Let's just see what happens. Yeah. Okay. What are we fading for? Let me look. Yeah, that's a fine fade. There's Yeah, I'm thinking. Let me just keep watching. It probably feels like there's a lot because we are just kind of right in the middle of the team, right? And we don't want to be there. Definitely don't want to be there. Let's see what happens. See, there's not much to talk about there. There's really not.
Ready for battle. Ready for battle.
So we still have a Lucio, right? So we're still our main source of heals. Our job is to stay alive. That's it. It's really simple. Stay alive. That's good. Yeah, so I like the tech that we're doing to get to high ground, but I mean what did we do it for, right? We faded to get to high ground, but then we just dropped. Now we have a 6-second cooldown. Hopefully we don't need it in time, right? Hopefully what if we needed fade, right? What if they pushed aggressive, right? They're not because they're bronze, but that's the thing. You got to play in a way that is effective across all ranks. Right, and now we're just kind of out in the open. Like, we need cover. We need cover. You're not being punished for it because in bronze people can't aim, but we need to be in cover. We definitely need to be in cover because if we were standing here and we're using fade like this, any other smarter players are going to say, hey, Moira no fade, right? She can't get out. I'm going to just, you see what I'm saying? I'm going to punish her. And this might work because you're Ramsin, but you should be dying. Like, you're just frontlining, right? Like, look at them. They're all shooting Ram, but you should be dying. You see what I'm saying? It's working because you're getting away with it, but that doesn't mean that it's the right play. Just stay alive. Okay. Yeah. Just get. Yeah. Like. Yeah. Heal Ram. They fade out. There you go. Okay. Okay. So. All right. Yep. Sorry, I'm just thinking. Why did we die here? Why did we die here? Let's look at it. Ready? I mean, is it because it's 1v5 or 3v5? Yeah, or 4v5 technically, actually. Probably, yeah. But why else? Where are you gonna go when you start getting shot? Because we're kind of hanging around right here, right? And we're fine because nobody's shooting us because this is bronze and everybody shoots the tank. But as soon as they start shooting you, where are you going? You got no cover, right? You need to be playing here. You need to be playing here. You need to be playing here. You need to be playing even here so you can just walk backwards for cover, right? You want to be playing in an area where you're still safe, but you can still do your job, right? So maximum value with minimal risk, right? And right now we're playing maximum risk, minimal value because we're not really doing anything, right? Right? We're just kind of dancing around hoping for the best.
Objective
My
lost.
ultimate is ready.
Stop the payload.
You cannot escape me.
Right? So yeah, so and another thing is like we don't want to be frontlining either, right? So we're not frontlining now, but let's see what happens because I'm pretty sure we've been frontlining for a little bit at times. We got to be careful with that. Now, there is moments, but you really got to be careful.
Surrender to my will.
Okay. Like now we're frontlining, right? Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah. Now we're frontlining, right? You should die here. Okay. This is another example of we cannot be using fade to go in, right? We need to use fade to get out. There is very, very few times that you want to fade to get in. Because watch what happens, right? Ready? So we fade in. Where's the rest of our team? Okay. So here's where our team is playing. This is kind of like our line, right? You've crossed this line. Look at where you're playing. You are literally surrounded by blue. That is not good. That is not good. You are playing way too aggressive. So you're going in, yeah, sure. And yeah, okay, your Ram shouldn't have backed out, whatever, right? But we can't control that. We cannot control what they do. All we can control is how do we stay alive. This is not how we stay alive, right? We need to be staying alive to support this guy, support this guy, support this guy. But instead, we're just kind of running in the back line, hoping for the best. But we don't have any support because our team's not there. And on top of it, because we used Fade to get into the fight, when we start getting shot, guess what happens? Well, we don't have Fade. Wouldn't it be nice if you had Fade right now? If you had Fade right now, you'd probably stay alive. You fade out, heal your Ram, blah, blah, blah. Maybe win the team fight, right? Okay. Where's our team? Okay, so Ram's not with us, so we shouldn't go in, right? We cannot take a, what, 3v5, 4v5? Oh, Soldier's dead. Yeah, 3v5. We should not be taking that. Yeah.
Eyes open.
Yeah,
then.
like, what did we fade? What did we fade? Right? We use fade again for no reason. And then we die because of it. You see what I'm saying? I think we're checking for Sombra, which is fine, but if we had fade, we wouldn't have died. And because we died, now our team, now this Ram, watch what happens to the Ram. Ram tries to go in. Well, Ram ult just kind of wins, but he should die here because he's getting no heals. Yeah? That is your fault. That is definitely your fault. That is not Ram's fault. That is definitely your fault. Now, Ram could have realized that you died and not went in, but he's got to do something. I love this rank. It's so fun. It's just so fun. Okay, now we have a Reinhardt. Now, a Reinhardt, just like a Ram, is going to need a lot of healing. They need you to survive. Ram, not so much, but Rein definitely will need you to survive. Okay. All right, let's talk about this.
was a pleasure.
Okay. Were they low? No. Were they low? No.
The payload has
Did you heal anybody?
the chip.
No. Did you heal? Okay, were they full? Were they low? No. Were they low? No. Okay, so now we are at a quarter down on heals before the team fight even starts. All right.
Taste of poison.
Hold on, I'm getting a call. Okay, sorry about that. All right, we're back. Okay, so what I was saying earlier is we're not really healing anything. We're just kind of throwing our healing out, and then what happens is now the team fight starts, and we're at like less than half, right? Right. We need to manage that. But also let's look at our positioning, right? We are wide out in the open, right? Like Moira can get away with it sometimes because she has Fade, but if we use Fade so aggressively like you do, then we don't have Fade to get out, correct? And then we just use Fade for no reason, right?
Strength becomes mine.
Yep.
Pain is inevitable. Such brilliant.
Right, and we should be healing Ryan right now. Right. Yeah.
Do not rely on my generosity. It is fleeting.
Heal Ryan, yeah. I mean, you're lucky that this Ryan knows how to hold the shield up, yeah.
I must recharge. Hold on.
Because if he didn't, he would have been dead.
Your end is within my reach.
No one can hide from me.
You cannot escape me.
Yeah. And then again, right, we don't have any cover. Don't have any cover. But also like Sombra's not really your problem. Can you spy check for her? Sure, but you have other responsibilities that are more important. This guy right here. He needs your help. Right? This guy needs your help to survive, to do anything. And we're not really adding much to the fight. I mean, if we look at the max value we got in this team fight, let's see what happened.
A taste of poison.
Okay, we healed our Lucio a little bit. Yep, nothing. Right. Okay, nothing. We wasted heal orb.
Your strength
We did a little bit of damage. We healed our Widow that was mostly safe because... I mean, right, who's going to take more damage right now? These guys up here or this one way back here? Probably these guys, right? I'm not saying don't heal your Widow, but it's something to consider, right? So we heal Widow. Okay, and then we do a little bit of damage on the Sombra. A little bit of damage on Orisa. A little bit of damage on Orisa, right? Like, good job finishing the kill. That's probably the most valuable thing we did, and we healed our tank. We didn't really do that much. We really did not do that much.
Hold on. Your end is within my reach.
Right, and now they're fighting more, but like we're not doing much. We heal our Widow a little bit, right, and she just dies anyway. So, and then we try to duel the Sombra. Now I know that we're worried about the Sombra, but Sombra's not your responsibility, not right now. Like, you just have to stay alive. That's it. That's it. Just stay alive, heal your team. That's all you have to do, really, at these lower ranks. Just stay alive and heal your team. Yeah, and then we just die. Okay, that was a good bounce. Did it get to her? I'm assuming it was for the Widow. What is that, full health? Yeah. Yeah, right. And then now, should we be going in? Is our Ryan with us? Nope. Right, we're taking a 4v5. Probably shouldn't. But like this, it's okay. Like I know I'm probably sounding harsher than I should, and I really don't mean it to be harsh or anything like that. But these are just there are some fundamental things that we need to be thinking about when we're playing, right? So let's just quickly talk about them. The first thing that I need you to be thinking about is my entire team with me? It doesn't mean like before a team fight, you need to have 5 people. If you don't have 5 people, then you need to wait. You need to go back. You need to say, where's my team? I'm going to play with them. Okay. And then 2, do I have good cover usage? Okay. Because cover usage is what's going to keep you alive. And like I said, the best way to just play support in general. It gets more advanced as you rank up. But right now, just stay alive, heal your team, do a little bit of damage when you can. Okay. It's not your job to go and duel like crazy. Now, you can duel, and you're good at it. Your hero is really good at it. But right now, for you, you just got to stay alive. Just stay alive, heal your team. So using cover will really, really help. Natural cover, okay? Natural cover. So this is natural cover, right? They can't shoot through the wall. It won't move, okay? Ryan shield you can use for cover, but you got to be careful because he might put it down. You see what I'm saying? So you want to have natural cover whenever you can. So you want to make sure you're fighting with a 5 versus 5 and that you're using cover. So we look at how we died here. A little bit of mess up on our fade. But if we just didn't be here, right? If we were just playing cover, right? Even if we just played this, we could peek, we could damage. Oh crap, Bastion's shooting me. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna back up. And then when they peek, if you're really in danger, you could fade out. You see what I'm saying? Well, we're kind of relying on fade to keep us alive. Like look at your team, right? Like they're not going in because, well, I mean, your Ryan's not with them, right? All right, see what happens. Yeah, get in there. There you go. Okay. All right. Once again, right? We're using Fade to get into the fight. We don't want to do that. We want to get out of the fight with Fade, right? There's a good chance we die. And if we don't, guess why? Guess why? Ready? This is going to be a great teaching moment. Check this out. We use Fade to get in. And we stay alive because we hug the wall right here. And because we hugged the wall, we have cover. And because we had cover, we stayed alive. And then guess what? When we start getting shot again, we hug this wall here. And we use cover. And because we use cover, we had enough time to fade out. Ta-da! Cover will save your life. It'll increase your uptime. The thing is, if you stay alive, the more value you can put towards the team fight. Right? Increase. Check, 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 check. My bad. My mic is having issues. I just bought a new one, but apparently this one has issues too. So yeah, so we fade in, right? We're like, oh crap, we're frontlining. Probably shouldn't be here, so we back out. Then we use fade again. We really got to stop using fade like this. Okay, like I don't mind you damaging the Sombra. Your Ram didn't need heals at the time, but now he does, right? Now, exactly what we're doing, we could do the same thing from here. Okay, because we could still damage. I bet you we can reach the Sombra. Bet you we could reach the Orisa with our right click. We could heal our tank. We could heal our Lucio. Do you see what I'm saying? You could do exactly what you're doing, but just do it longer and better because you're staying alive. But we're just kind of frontlining, right? We don't want to be this close to Orisa. Yeah. Now, and if you're gonna fade in, at least fade to cover, and then duel from cover, right? But you probably shouldn't be fading in. You know what I'm saying? what I'm saying? Because we use Fade, our only escape tool, and because we didn't play cover, we die.
You're broken. Now, to start anew. You're broken. May I? Surrender to my will.
Okay. Careful, right? Don't need to be that close. So cover. Right, we need to find cover. We need to find cover. Right out the open. Oh, and we're fading in. Right, what happens when we fade in? We probably die here. Well, we don't, because it's bronze, but that doesn't mean it's the right play. Yeah. There you go. Well, and like, now that we're up 2, yeah, sure, fade in. Go for it. Why not? I mean, like, now that our team has gotten kills, like, it's a little bit more okay. I still think you need to be careful with that because you could still easily die, especially like later. But yeah, that's fine, right? And I heard this is a loss. I'm pretty sure. I'm curious to see how we lose this. Okay. Yeah, I bet you we die here. Yep. Almost. Almost. We ult here. There you go. Yeah, junk slow. Nice. Yeah. And we just die because we don't have cover, right? It just comes back to that. It's really simple. Like I don't mind you like there's a time and a place to go and fade in the backline and use your ult. I really don't think that's a bad play. You'll even see high level players do that. It's really not a bad play. It is it's not something that I think you should be focusing on though, right? Because there's fundamentals that you need to get down first. And I think this is yep, okay. Yeah, we'll keep going. I definitely think that we know the problem though, and we'll definitely recap it at the end. Okay. You still have Lucio. Remember, still have Lucio. Again, I'll repeat myself. You have more freedom to go and do dueling type things, right? If you have another main heal, right? If you have someone else that can output a lot of heals, but you don't, and so you need to play that. You need to understand that it's your job to stay alive, keep your team alive, and dish out damage when there's opportunities. It doesn't mean that you have to go and duel. It just means dish out damage when there's opportunities. Yep. And Reaper goes top. And like what you're doing now is fine. And honestly, what you did at the start of the game when you're healing D.Va is fine. This is fine. Let's talk about why this worked where other times it didn't, okay? Look at the Moira and Reaper's positioning compared to their team. They are way too aggressive, correct? Right? Way too aggressive. They're in your space. So you fade back to them and you kill them. Now, do you need to fade? No. You probably could have just sat where you were. Right? You see what I'm saying? We probably could have helped our soldier. But it's okay. Right? Now... Oh, now we're screwed. Now we're screwed. We use fade. We don't have any cover. We're dead. Next team fight.
10 seconds remaining.
Be nourished. You will be renewed.
Objective lost.
You cannot escape me.
Right, we want cover because even this position right here, we don't have a ton of cover. Now we could hug the wall, right? This will give us cover, but are we in a position to heal our team? Not really. We get damage, which is good. So like I don't mind taking this two-pronged approach, but you do want to hug the wall, right? We want to be next to cover. Careful using too much heal juice too. Moira orb didn't really do anything. Just kind of threw it. But that's not really the lowest hanging fruit that I think we should work on. Right, and then we just kind of walked out of Reaper. If you had stayed at distance, right? So if you had even come over here to play some cover from the people behind you, or even just stayed here, sucked, right? Or faded away over here, right? That like we just kind of walked out in the open again. Like, look at this from a top-down view. We have no cover. Nowhere can we go for cover right here. You have a Bastion and a Moira sucking you off. Like a Bastion shooting you, Moira sucking Lucio off, I guess. But do you see what I'm saying? Like we got no cover, no place to go. We're just gonna die.
Remember what?
Defend objective A.
Okay.
Repairing your cellular matrix.
Curious why we roll out there, but that's not the lowest hanging fruit right now. Okay. Sure, go with our Reaper, right? Here's what's the problem with this? What's the problem with this? What's the problem with this? The problem with this is if they push in, right? If these three push in, they have Lucio heals. That's it. Now, if you had someone else on your team that could output more heals and keep them alive, I'd say yeah. I say you should push with the Reaper, help them take an off angle. That's good, right?
60 seconds.
I must recharge. Hold on.
Let's look at our heal management here. Right? Reaper's at full health. We don't need to be healing him. Look how much juice we just wasted. Now we're out when someone needs it. That's not good. That's not a good thing. Okay, you're up 2. All you have to do is stay alive. All you have to do. That's it. I don't like the fade in. I really don't like this fade in. I think when you start taking damage, all you have to do is just come over here. Look at your soldier. He's even playing cover. This is good. You just play here. You can still suck off. You can still hear. Now, luckily, this works out for you, but that doesn't mean it's the right play. And I don't love you just jumping down in the middle, but the team fight was already won, so. This is dangerous. It's really dangerous. You're gonna die for it. If your team loses this, this is your fault. 100% your fault.
30 seconds.
See what happens.
remaining. Objective A captured.
Okay, they don't get the retouch.
I've dealt
I was gonna say, if they retouch and they take that back, that's your fault.
poison.
We just shouldn't be doing that. Just should not be doing that. There's no need to go and do that. If you're gonna go for a stagger kill like that, you at least need your team to follow you up. You can't just go in like that alone. You lose this? There's no way you lose this. Is this the win code? Did I put the wrong one in? There's absolutely no way you lose this, right? The C9? Oh, the C9. Okay, yeah. All right. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about what I noticed the most. The first thing I noticed the most was definitely the fading, right? Your fade, your shift ability. You used it to go in a lot, and you just shouldn't do that, right? Fade is a really good ability to get out, right? It's like, hey, I'm taking a lot of damage. I'm gonna die. I get a free, get out of jail free card, right? It's really, really easy. It's just like, I'm taking damage. Let me get out. Okay. So we don't want to use fade to go in deep. Okay. Now there is times and places for that, but I don't think that you should be worrying about that just yet. Okay. Don't go fade in. It's just, we're just kind of feeding. The second thing that I noticed was that now I'm drawing a blank. Now I'm drawing a blank. Fade usage, not good. Also, oh, we took a lot of team fights that were not a 5 versus 5. We went in, we kind of frontlined. That was not good. But I didn't see that a ton. Now I'm remembering, of course. The biggest thing that I noticed was not only the fade, but definitely your corner usage, your cover usage, right? You need to be playing cover. Cover, 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 cover. At every time, anything you're doing, play around cover, okay? Because the amount of times that you would stay alive and have so much more impact on the team fight, it's just crazy, right? If you just stayed alive and healed your team, I guarantee you're gonna have an easy time getting to gold like that. It's really not. It's really that simple. Just make sure you're fighting with a 5 versus 5. Make sure you're playing around cover. Even if you played like right now, if you played here, right, or even if you played here, right, you can play aggressive covers. It's really like you could play here, just and then kind of take cover. The reason that you can play such an aggressive cover is because you have fade, right? You play here, you're like, oh crap, shoulder shoots me, boop, just fade away. You see what I'm saying? So play cover and don't use your fade so aggressively. And I really think that you're going to climb because it's really like it's just that simple. Just stay alive, heal your team. Stay alive, heal your team. Obviously, do damage when you can, but I don't need you to go in the back line and try and duel. Not yet. That's just really not your job, especially if you have a Lucio on your team. So, yeah. Well, if you enjoyed watching, leave a like, leave a comment. Let him know what he could have done better, maybe what he can improve on. Of course, make sure it's constructive. Make sure it's positive. That is what this community is about. But if you enjoyed, just leave a like, leave a sub. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Also, I have a Discord community that is just full of wonderful, wonderful, amazing people that love this game and encourage each other and help each other grow and improve. It'll be linked in the description, so check it out. We'd love to have you. So thanks for watching. Peace out.